when they said Roosevelt died, and then one fellow said, "Who cares? Half of us will be dead tomorrow." And he was right.
So why'd you win a Bronze Star?
Because I stayed and I helped people out. Reunited, and you talk about crazy odds.
Yes.
I never think anything's impossible anymore.
What's up, people? So today we are setting up some holiday decorations for Christmas with my grandfather Clay. For Christmas, you might remember him from Ride Along in the Lamborghini Gallardo. That was a fun day, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Anyway, Clay has got some stories to tell you guys from World War II, going to Okinawa, getting a Bronze Star, some realizations, and some things to think about and be thankful for at this wonderful holiday time of year. So, you got shipped out.
Yeah, well, it's a long story, but it was the first major battle in WW2 on Okinawa.
Yes.
Next door to the one where the guy Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah, well, the movie was.
We had to attack a mountain.
Yes.
On our right was the sea. On
Yes.
our left was the east.
Before you landed, it was Easter Sunday, wasn't it?
We landed on Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes. And this was on the 9th of April.
And you sent your girlfriend at the time flowers.
Yes.
Why'd you send her flowers?
Yes. Well, anyway,
It was going to be rough.
we set and we were bombarded forever for the Japs, and decided we had to go take the hill. So,
How long were you there before this?
before that, I got there the 1st of April, and this was the 9th.
Okay. So
So
how
anyway,
long?
on the 9th of April, we decided to attack this mountain. And we got over there, dark, started up the mountain, and terrible battle. My company commander said, "Wait for me," and I did. We got separated. I was his radio man, but I waited for him. Well, to make a long story short, we had a terrible battle. One of my buddies got killed, but he got the Congressional Medal of Honor because he not only saved a lot of his boys, our guys, but he killed a lot of them. Well, everything went to pot, and they overran us, and we scattered. I got separated from my company commander. I got separated from everybody.
And this is somewhere between Hacksaw Ridge and the sea?
I was between Hacksaw Ridge and the sea.
Kakuzu? Kakuzu?
Kakuzu Ridge. Anyway, I got separated from everybody,
By yourself?
but I found a little spot,
Okay.
and it was back in
Yeah.
a cave that the Japanese used, but they were all up there.
How'd you get separated? Do you remember? It's just...
Well, let me put it this way, if you can use the expression, all of H broke loose.
Understood.
Everybody separated because we were getting overrun.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I found this little niche,
Yeah.
and there was a cave to the Japanese in there,
Yes.
and there was a thing in front that protected me. So I
Like a
sat
rock
there.
or something?
I sat there
Wall?
for that's where
You're waiting.
to see what happened, but I was safe. And here's the thing that was so different. I had a New Testament my mother gave me, and I spent hours reading the New Testament
Yeah.
and polishing my bullets. And what was going through my mind all the time is, I wonder how many of them I'll get before they get me. That's where I was coming from. Later on, when they drove us off, everybody was separated. I looked out and I saw people escaping, so to speak, down the long way.
Was this during a day or night?
This is still daytime, but it was getting late.
It was the first day, okay.
Getting late. So I took off. As I said, I spent my time polishing bullets, wondering about what's going to
You
happen.
went running out there to find your company.
But I took off, and I got down far enough, and they were shooting at me, but it didn't hit me.
Longer range?
They were on top of the hill, and I'm down here almost to the sea, and I'm running like crazy, and I run across the guys with a fella on a stretcher.
Yeah.
And I told the one guy, I knew he was not going to make it. I said, "Get out of here, I'll carry it." So I carried that stretcher.
The one guy who was dragging the stretcher.
There was a guy on the stretcher.
Was he by himself?
He was on the stretcher by himself, but he had people helping him.
Yeah.
But I could tell this one guy was about to collapse.
Okay.
So I took his spot, and we got the guy to safety.
Mm-hmm.
And as that says a long story, I spent the day reading my little testament and all that stuff. You can imagine what goes on. And what happened the next day was even very momentous.
Was that the night you spent in the cave?
No, this was the next day after I got the guy in the stretcher up on a mountain.
Okay.
Well, the next morning there was a congregation of those people who had been in the same battle I just got out of. And we're there, made it out, swapping stories, drinking coffee. And somebody says, "Hey, your canteen cup's leaking. It had shrapnel holes in it." And it had been on my back.
Yeah.
Anyway, the interesting part of the morning there, when we all got together, what was left, drinking our coffee, somebody came along and said, "Hey, the president just died." Roosevelt.
Yeah.
And here's the interesting part of that. One of the people said, "Who the heck cares? Half of us will be dead tomorrow." And that's the end of that story.
What did you think about that moment?
And I got the Bronze Star.
Well, you cut out a lot.
Out, and I helped other people out.
I understand, but you cut a lot out. It was that rough.
I know I cut a lot out, but I was trying to make it short. It goes on and on and on.
Well, we'll go back in a little more.
And my company commander made it out, but my one buddy who got the Congressional Medal of Honor killed a lot of Japanese that day, but he saved a lot of his own boys, and that's why. And that was next door to where the other fellow got the Congressional Medal of Honor, and he's one of my buddies, but he didn't make it. But that's a quick story.
Which night did you spend in the cave?
I didn't spend the whole night in the cave. I spent all day long in the cave polishing my bullets.
Yes.
And reading my Bible. I read my Bible and then polish the bullets, wondering how many I could get before they got me.
What else did you do that day? You got the guy out on the stretcher. You brought water and radios, didn't you, running them?
I don't remember it all, but I do know that.
When'd you get shot?
Huh?
When'd you get shot?
Oh, that was on the other side of this Hacksaw Ridge, on the west side of Okinawa. There was Kakazoo Ridge, where I'm talking about, Hacksaw Ridge, where they made the movie, and Conical Peak. I was going down from Conical Peak to get water for our outfit. And when I was coming up with the water, the guy shot at me 9 times. And he finally, thank God, shot me in the leg. And I got to come home.
Thank God, not for the guys that were thirsty. The last run.
So that's my quick story of Okinawa.
That was quick.
But you know, I had a lot of buddies. I came back to my outfit after that, and I said, "Where's so-and-so? He had a huge..."
After they drug your ass back?
After I got out of that whole mess and got back to my outfit, I said, "Where's so-and-so? He had a real deep foxhole, man. I thought he was safe." They said a hand came right straight in and went all the way down in his foxhole and killed him. And another one of my buddies got hurt, who was from Cleveland, and his wife was going to Ohio State, and my girlfriend, or his girlfriend at the time, was in Columbus, and they got together. And after we both got shot and got out, we were all reunited. And you talk about crazy odds.
Yes.
I never think anything's impossible anymore. That's a short story. I could elaborate.
Fair enough.
But that's basically what happened. But as they said, when I got out of it, my canteen leaked. But the other thing I remember is when they said Roosevelt died, and the one fellow said, "Who cares? Half of us will be dead tomorrow." And he was right.
Hey, you guys were busy.
But I was one lucky boy. I went through a lot. I got shot, but it was not a disabling thing.
So why'd you win a Bronze Star?
Because I stayed and I helped people out, carried stretchers and that sort of thing. I didn't take off for home, so to speak. In a way I did, but it was stopped and worked on the way. And that's why I got the Bronze Star.
So what lesson do you take from that to people nowadays?
You know what? I look at that today and I wonder, all this time I'm sitting there reading the Bible and thinking about dying. I wonder after what happened afterwards, helping save a man and helping take care of other people. I don't know. I just look back and think, well, maybe he didn't want me to go yet. Honestly. Because I was helping other people. And I'm not bragging or complaining. It's just when I look back, I think, oh, maybe he had a purpose yet.
What do you think about the value of helping other people or your community?
Well, I've always tried to do that. I'm not bragging, but I like people and I like to help people. I was in the helping people business. But you know, that's just me. I grew up in the military. My dad was in both World Wars.
What'd you do for your career?
What?
What'd you do for your professional career?
Well, I was an optometrist. And I loved it because I was in the helping people business. And I loved people. And I like all kinds of people. I got some I don't think as much of, but you know, that's just me. I love people, and that's why I liked what I did as a career, because I was working with people, and I grew up in Hawaii as a kid, going to school with people who almost didn't know all the combinations of their ancestry, you know.
Right.
And I just, that was me. I don't know, that's a little disjointed. I thought I had this all talked out for you, but I'm sorry if I didn't. But basically that's the background of some of it. And even when I got shot, it couldn't have been a better wound to get me out of
you got to
where
do
I
your
was.
time and get out.
Yeah, the Lord was looking after me all the way, and I can't say enough about that.
Did you feel like you did everything you could when you were there?
I don't know if I did everything I could, but I tried to do my share.
Yeah.
When I got shot was because I volunteered to do something I thought was my turn.
I thought you said never volunteer for anything in the military.
I know, but I did because I thought it was my turn.
Yeah.
To do what I went to do. And as things happen, It was the best decision I ever made because it got me shot and got me home.
Fair enough.
That's it in a nutshell.
What was your outfit called?
96th Division, we were called the Deadeyes, and we were famous for one thing, several things, but the one thing we were famous for, my outfit killed more of the enemy in one day's combat than any division in the history of the United States Army. And my whole division got the Congressional Medal of Honor, I think they called it, but for a unit. But that was it. We lost a lot of our own men, but we got more of them than anybody else.
What do you think of different people in different countries and different cultures nowadays?
Well, I pretty well know a lot about it, and I know and have met some of the people who don't like us, and I can tell you who they are. But other than that, I like people from other countries. I figure I can learn from them, and I enjoy them because they're different. But people, oh, I love the different people. When I was in practice, I had people from all over coming into this little town of Sydney that were wonderful, and I enjoyed them. Of course, I grew up with them in Hawaii as a kid, but everything changes. You do the best you can. And I've had a pretty good life, and I got a good grandson, and he's got a doll of a wife.
Fair enough. Anything you want to tell them about the holidays?
This holiday,
Yeah.
well, I lost my wife. You know that, but I'll do the best I can.
What do you want to tell them about the holidays?
She's a doll.
I know.
You're lucky.
My wife?
Yep, she's a great gal, and so's her family.
I appreciate it. What do you want to tell all the boys watching?
Tell the what?
What do you want to tell all the boys watching?
Tell the boys.
Yeah, all the boys watching.
I always tell people, have fun, have all they allow, and if they don't allow enough, cheat.
Okay, fine.
I don't believe in cheating except if it's to have fun.
What was the other saying about a highball?
A highball?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Have a nice day, and if you don't, have a highball.
No, I always tell everybody, have fun, and if they don't allow, have all they allow, and if they don't allow, cheat.
Now, you got to be careful about saying things like that nowadays.
I know, but I don't care. At my age, who gives a hoot? What are you going to do? Kill me? I'm ready.
Oh, come on.
Holy mackerel, I never expected to live this long.
Well, I can understand that from some things that you've had to do.
But you know, I always felt this way. If you can keep a laugh and keep a sense of humor, you'll do better.
I agree. All
Really
right.
and truly. Try to laugh and have a sense of it. And as I tell everybody, have all the fun they allow, and if they don't, cheat.
Yeah.
That's my philosophy. Now, I'm not saying I don't have bad days, but I still try to think of it the other way.
You want to say anything about a new year?
A new year?
Yeah.
I hope we get some of the craziness out of here and get back on what we ought to be thinking about. Because we got some crazy stuff going on, and I think anybody with brains knows what it is.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And I know because I love history. I've always loved history. Crap, I lived part of it.
I know. All right.
Thanks. And thanks for everything you and your dear wife have done for me.
Of course.
I want that on the I want that on it. I want that recorded.
On record. All right. In the meantime, hope you all enjoy your holiday season and the new year to come.
Oh, this is unreal. You shouldn't have done this, but I appreciate it.
Oh, come on. All right. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. See you next time.